Hello, everybody, and welcome to the marathon 2 hour live. I don't know that I've ever gone 2 hours on a live. And you guys are seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly because I stood up just a second ago to find my mouse and my drills flipped and they're all stuck to my canvas. So I'm cleaning them off right now. Real life happens. I'm telling you, we're not perfect. I always try to demonstrate. I know I'm supposed to know what the heck I'm doing, but nope. Obviously, this proves that I totally don't. Hope everyone is having a great start to your week. And how many of us already are dead because of the DAC Black Friday drop? I'm dead. I've already got 4 that I have to have. Randal Spangler being one of them because they just released the patisserie that he did with us in July, and my purple cupcake made it to Black Friday. So I cannot not get that. I mean, that purple cupcake alone, I'm getting it. Randal Spangler's amazing artwork is, it's okay. It's just my cupcake, right? But I'm all joking aside, I'm super excited about that one. That one is definitely on my must have. Any of you start your list? I do this every single time. I start my list and I put down must haves, and then I have a maybe column and then a wish list column. That list, by the time Black Friday arrives, looks like it has been taken out in a dark alley and beaten up. I mean, scratch outs, add, scratch out, add back, take off again, add back. Oh my gosh. So, but I'm just glad to know that one of them is staying on the must have, and that is my Spangler. I've got to have that one. I've got to have the patisserie. I love it so much. Well, I love all of his pieces. Now, I stood up because I was looking for something. I have reached out today. Oh, here it is. I was too organized. I had it where it belonged and I couldn't find it. So I have contacted all of the businesses today for the winners from Wednesday's live. The only person that I need an email from Robin Pennington. Robin Pennington is normally in this chat, and I have not even said hello to everybody. I'm sorry, I'm being rude. But if Robin Pennington can please send me your email, just email me at theprincipalpainter@gmail.com. That's the only one. Or here's another thing, so you don't have to do double work. If Robin Pennington can email Tima, oh, here she is. Okay. No, I couldn't find you on the form, which is it's not a big deal, Robin. We'll figure it out. But Robin, good. I'm glad you're in here. So what I need you to do is go to DP with Sparklers and email Tima. I've already sent her your name as the winner from Wednesday, but she will need an email from you for tax purposes. So if you can just email Tima and say, hey, Kara sent you my name. This is Robin Pennington. I won the gift card. She will send you the gift code, and then she'll have your email for tax purposes. That way you're not having to email me and email her, that kind of thing. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about the structure of this live. So I'm taking care of some business here before we get into it. So Brandi's at Disney with her new grandbaby, and she's having a great time. She sent pictures, and she's loving life. So I decided I'm just going to do a 2-hour live. I thought, because she said, can you go live for me? And I said, well, I'm just going to do a 2-hour live. It made no sense for me to do one link and then have everybody get out of this one and go to the next one. No, we're just going to stay on here for 2 hours. That way, nobody has to be confused about where do I go? What do I do? We're just here, and you're stuck with me for 2 hours. Actually, you're not really stuck with me. You get to see Randal. Somebody said in our group, wouldn't it be great if we could see Randal draw for 2 hours. And I'm like, you're going to get your wish on Monday. So let me say hello. And he is backstage right now. So let me say hello to everybody. And then I will bring him on and shut my trap so that everybody can start to see Randall draw. Before I do, though, look, I finished it. I'm telling you, this and Literate Dragon. This and Literate Dragon are my top 2 Randall Spangler finishes, probably of all time. And I love every Spangler I do because they just make me happy. I loved the effect of the bridge, or not the bridge, the archway. You can see it's lit up. I did very little blinging in this one. Remember I had those blue drills in the fairy wing. I took those out. I didn't like them, and neither did you guys. I put half pearls in the fairy wing, and the other place I blinged was in the lantern. If you can look real close at the top of that acorn lantern, I put glitter drills, which I felt like gave the acorn some texture. Acorn tops are kind of nubby. So I did that, and then I put some bling in the lighted part of the lantern. But that's really the only thing. Oh, and I made the moon all original sparklers. That's really all I did as far as blinging. Everything else is as charted. But oh my gosh, again, one of my top 2 Randall Spangler finishes of all time. I loved this one so much. All right. Now, let me say hello and bring on Randall. Lee and Lenore are here. Hello, my friends. They have done all the things. Okay, they have. Specialty trays for the draglings of cookies and cupcakes. All right, Mr. Spangler, they've got specialty trays set out for you virtually for the draglings. Hello, Marion. Welcome in. So glad everybody's here. Raccoon Eyes is here. Melissa Michael is here. Welcome. Diamond painting with canvas. Listen to me. Diamond painting with Candace. That would be better, right? Hello, Candace. Welcome. Melissa, I think I said hello. Nancy and Dana, hello. Let's see. Linda, hello. Sue Layden is in the house. So glad you're here. Let's see. Starla, hello. Sherry, hello. Shelf J, hello. Someone's talking about the weather. We do not have tornadoes in our area. I'm sure Randall, being from Kansas City, is very familiar with tornadoes and all those kinds of crazy weather patterns. But the tornadoes in Texas have not touched down, but we are having some bad weather. So if the live goes off, you'll know why. I'm hoping it doesn't, though. It's not that bad. So fingers crossed, we can make it. Let's see. Aaron, hello. Sue Bell, hi. Rhonda, hello. Nancy, hello. Yes, the storms are crazy. Hi, Susan Hatch from Surprise. Welcome. Hi, Julie. Margaret, hello. Hi, Ginger. Still in the trauma hospital. Tomorrow I'll be going to the rehab hospital for 20 days. Leg is doing better. Good, Debbie. I'm so glad to hear that. I think your son or your husband has been posting about it, and I've been worried about you. So I'm glad you're on mending. Okay. But we're glad you're here. Hi, Matt. Yes. All the Spanglerites are in the house. Ooh, Campbell's tomato soup with croutons. There's nothing that beats Campbell's tomato soup. Kiriana, hello. The diamond painting accountant is in the house. Hello, Alyssa. So far, not bad. Listening to the thunder. Yeah. Sarah, hello. Hi, Lori. Welcome. John, hello. Happy Little Drills is in the house. Hello, Emma, Nancy, hello. Let's see. Tammy, hello, my friend. Diamond Art Crafter, hello. Robin Pennington is in the house, and Diamond Dumpling from Oregon is in the house. Holly Ollie Oxenfree. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Lee, but sounds fun. I missed that part of the chat. Let's see. Teresa, hello. Hi, Denise. Hello, Colleen. Let's see. Bonus mom, hi. Hello, Kaden. Welcome, welcome. Faith, hello. Let's see. Hope you're hi, Wendy. We're doing good. Crafting in Crime Daily. Hello, Rebecca. Glad you're here. Osbear, hello. 2 must and 2 wish listed. Yeah. I have a hard time not going. They're all must haves. I must have them all. Anyway, I thank goodness I have saved my treasure quest cards. That's all I got to say. Thank goodness, because there are several that I'm like, I got to have them. I've got to have them. And I will tell you guys, you better grab this Spangler if you want it, because based on the reaction online of that Spangler, I think it's going to go. I think it's going to go quick. I think we will have a sellout on our hands. Hello, Gail Pierce. You already passed your limit. Oh my gosh. Yesterday was brutal. It was like, stop, DAC. You got to stop with all these. Yeah. I mean, they've just, they've outdone themselves. And I haven't had any sneak peeks yet. My first one is tomorrow. And I'm going to warn all of you. Gonna just warn all of you, you are going to be sick of me on Thanksgiving. Sick of me. I have four videos going up on Thursday. You're going to click on your YouTube and go, God, she's back again like the plague. Oh my gosh. 2 DAC sneak peeks on Thursday from me. And 2 other company sneak peeks from me. So 4 videos. I got these 2 other packages, and the owners of the businesses were like, why don't we do Thursday? And I'm like, why don't we do another day? Nope, they want them on Thursday. So I said, okay. So from morning until about 6 o'clock at night. After about 6, you're safe from seeing me anymore on YouTube. But yeah, you're going to keep turning on your YouTube on Thursday going, God, she's back again. Just brace yourself. Believe me, I don't do that often, but I'm lucky enough when people ask me to share things that they're doing, and I believe in their company. I do want to help. I want to help Diamond Art Club. I want to help small shops. So I'm doing it. It's going to be interesting. Who knows if I'll actually know what I'm even saying by the end of the day, but it'll be entertaining. Get your popcorn. Okay. Gail, hello. Nancy. Let's see. 1 so far. 1 got my gift card today. So excited. Oh, good, Aaron. Wow, that was fast. I heard from DAC today about your gift card. They're normally really speedy. And I did say when I sent your information, I said, I know she wants it probably for Black Friday. So can you maybe send it like by Wednesday? But they sent it today. That's awesome, Aaron. That's super. Color and chat with Joanna. Hello. Melissa, you know what? You're a smart woman. You are a very smart woman. Yes. Christmas shopping done. Let's see. Faith, hello. Monica, hello. So glad you're here. Meredith, hello. Crafteritas, hello. Yep. Dakota's raccoons and Spangler cupcakes so far. Yeah. So Dakota's had 1 release. Just wait. Hint, hint. Just wait. Just wait. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Don't ask me any more in the chat. I'm not going to say any more. Just wait. Let's see. That's why I use pencil for my list. I know I should, but all I have are pens laying around. But yeah, it's probably use my Kindle so I can edit. Yeah. This year I have to do my treasure quest cards. Yeah, I saved all my treasure quest cards all year because I absolutely knew that this was going to happen. It happens every year. It's like, every year we're like, it's so good. It's so good. And every year we act surprised that it's so good once again. Right. Oh my gosh. Robin and Dennis Smith. Hello. It's a book. My list is War and Peace. I'm so broke. I know. I keep joking with people. I have my firstborn at my house with me. I'm like, do I need to sell him off? He's like, Mom, I'm getting a complex. Stop saying that. Let's see. Home Bunny, Jeremiah Kettner. Yep, we got a Jeremiah Kettner today. I want to see if we're going to get any Lorenz's too, because he's got that car full of crazy birds. I want that road trip car full of crazy birds of his. That's so funny. It's so cute. Crossing my fingers. Let's see. Cheryl, hello. Lynn, hello from New York City. All right. Sparkle Dust and Diamonds, hello. Jess, hello. Welcome. Mary Ann, welcome. Connie from Riverview, Florida. Nice. I think I'm trying to catch up. Working on Dragon in the Morning while watching. You know what? That's one I didn't get. And that's one that I want, because that is so me in the morning without my coffee. It's just like, oh, that draggling looks how I feel in the morning for sure. First time here, Eve. Oh my gosh. Teaching session finally over. Well, Eve, I'm glad you made it, my friend. So glad you're here. Let's see. Yes, Randall needs an ASMR YouTube channel. Yes. Listen to the sounds of Randall Spangler as you relax for the evening and just diamond paint. You can just listen to the sound of his voice. Your stress level will just go. Whoa. Yep. Absolutely. Hi, Natalie. Welcome in. Happy Thanksgiving week to you, Kim. Let's see. Faith, hello. Jay Lely, hello. Welcome. Oh my gosh, so many friends here from Toronto, Maryland. Welcome. Hi, Kathy. Welcome in. Grinchville is here. Hello. I'm so glad you're lurking. We're glad you're here. Let's see. I'm just saying hi to everybody. Brenda, Mama B is in the house. Hello. Yes, Sparkle, Dust, and Diamond DAC is evil. They're evil. They're evil to our wallets. We're all going, help, help. Let's see. Just telling Brittany I need to start scratching those treasure cards. You do, Brenda. You do. Absolutely. Yep, 111 kits. 111 kits, and they're not disappointing with the drops. They just keep dropping powerhouse ones, and I'm just like, the Cara Plague of 2025. Oh my gosh. Hi, Rock the Dots. Welcome in. You're here for it? Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad. They are amazing, Aaron. They are. That's why we, that's why our wallets hurt. Let's see. Sabrina, hello. I'm doing great. Kara's such a tease. I am. But you'll have to watch on Thursday. Okay. Hi, Tina. Oh my gosh. People keep coming in. Kara, the sneaky enabler. Yes, I try. I try my best. Hi, Carol. I'm still safe. Well, Marilyn, you're safe after 2 days. Good. Told my kids if they didn't have at least one complex by 18, I raised them wrong. Oh my gosh, Kiriana. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone had a great Monday. I did. Yeah, Christopher Lavelle hasn't shown up. Chuck Pinson hasn't shown up. We got, the landscape artists haven't shown up. But again, we're only on we're like a third of the way there. So just hang on to your hats. DAC always has a wide variety. So I'm not giving up hope. I'm telling you. 111. I mean, the odds are really good that everyone is going to find something that they love. Hi, Marie. Welcome. Let's see. Is sweet as a cupcake? Okay. I'm missing parts of the chat. I'm so sorry. Hi, Leona. So glad you're here. So far, the Spangler and the Michajelina are my two must-haves. I've got a spot reserved on my wish list for the Geneva Bowers DACTs. Oh, yeah. The Dragon Room. Yeah. And I'm so glad men in this drop are being represented in diamond paintings. We normally have, ladies' faces, ladies in paintings. There are going to be some men in these paintings, which I love. I love that. I think we've already seen a couple. Actually, we already saw one drop before Black Friday with that Ivy Dollamore. I loved that one. Let's see. Deborah Hennenkamp, hello. Oh my gosh. Yes, Eve. I will tell you right now, Eve, that one is like, yeah, must have. Must have the You May 13th hour for sure. And I know everyone had a thing about the cat and how the cat's butt showing and all that. I'm like, just cover up the red spot with black. It's not a big deal. But you know what? I told Sue in here, she said, did you see that cat? And, people are talking about the cat and all that. And I said, good. I hope people run away from that painting because I want it and it won't sell out and I'll be able to get it. So if everyone's bothered by the cat and the cat behind, okay, fine, whatever. I'm just covering it up with black. I want that painting. So maybe everyone will just leave that one alone and go find other paintings and run away. Like, yay. Oh my gosh, I'm so silly. So far, max of 10. Well, and y'all, you're saying max of 10. We haven't heard anything, but Cyber Monday is coming too, I bet, right? I mean, they haven't let up at all. So I don't know why they wouldn't have Cyber Monday. So when you're mapping out your purchases, don't spend it all because Cyber Monday is probably coming too with other great stuff. We'll see. Have not scratched any of my Treasure Quest cards since they started. Yeah, it might be the year, Sarah, for sure. Sarah Ann, hello. Let's see. I want more of Dakota's landscapes. They're my favorites. Yeah. Okay. Well, again, they got 111 of them. We'll see. Cheryl, I'm glad you're here for a while. The Geneva was not announced yet, was it? Cheryl, they put a picture of a Geneva Bowers. Everyone found out it was a Geneva Bowers. It was a guy sitting on a bed with a dragon, and it said, let's tease this and 19 or something fairy dust diamonds in it or whatever. And that was the canvas that was up. So everyone is assuming that that's the one that's going to have the whatever. Anyway, yeah, Diamond Art Club announced that little teaser. And so people didn't know at first who the artist was, but they went and found out it was Geneva Bowers. So no, the Geneva Bowers isn't announced yet. So who knows at this point? Diamond Art Club is full of such surprises. I don't know. The hellos are getting long. I know. I'm so excited though. This is so fun. Cheryl, hello to all my crafty friends. Yes. Please let poor Randall in. Okay. You know what? Randall may be enjoying the quiet. No, I'm telling you right now. I'm going to let him on right now. Hello. And is it Stacy? Hello, Stacy. Welcome. Okay. Without any further ado, I will stop my yammering. And guess what? I'm going away now for an hour and 35 minutes, and Randall will be on here for a very long time. The only time I'm going to have to stop is when we give away the prizes for week 3. So let's bring on our man of the hour, Randall Spangler.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I've just been enjoying the conversation, all the questions, all the talk about all the pieces. And
oh, yeah.
I have seen a lot of the pieces they're releasing, and there's a lot of amazing pieces there. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. But when that patisserie came up, I was like, yes, it's going on my list.
Yes. Delicious Delights.
Yeah.
Someone out there named that piece. I forget who it is. I don't keep track of things like that very well, but you know who you are.
Yes. Okay. Well, let me, I am going to no, I don't want to edit mic settings. I always do this. It's always fun. Nope. Okay. Let's do this. No. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right.
Okay.
Yay.
My lighting is kind of weird tonight. I had a light bulb out and I replaced it and I moved lights around, and it's just kind of strange. So anyway, Probably the poorer the lighting, the better. Uh, anyway, so as you said, a long time of being here tonight. You will either be asleep or totally tired of me by the time this is over, I'm sure.
Oh no, people want you for longer. So this is great.
I did see the post. The person on Facebook that said, "Oh, I'd like to see you for 2 hours," and I just saw it just a little while ago, and I popped in there the link for her, but I'm sure she already has seen that. This is a piece I've been working on, a little more work on it, and this is what I'll be working on tonight. And as we had seen last week, I had finished off the piece called My Cup of Tea. And that should be going on my website tomorrow,
So
I do believe.
pretty.
Is going to be on the website.
I love
And
it.
as usual, Christmas season, it's time for think of Christmas gifts, coloring books, great for adults or kids. They're some of the pieces are very complicated, some of them are simple. The Easter dragon. Um, this is which one is this? What cookies? Hiding the cookies. So some are simpler, for smaller children. Sunday Delight. A lot of these are pieces that are, and both books are totally different images, pieces that have been produced as diamond paintings. I would say most of them have. And then, of course, the children's books, these two especially, the bedtime story, the ABC book, all on my website, randalspangler.com, the counting book also, randalspangler.com. So anyway, so I will get down to doing some drawing here. As usual, I hope to have more done, but I am planning a Christmas open house. And I always do that here in my home, and that is the first 2 weekends of December. So that means, first of all, the house has to be decorated outside, which is done, and then inside. And the tree is probably going up Thanksgiving Day, I believe. I do have an artificial tree, but it's big and it's got a lot of ornaments and takes a lot to put it up. And then after that, then I'd like to get the decorations in first. Then I start moving furniture around and putting up my panels, kind of like these panels behind me. I call my art show panels. That's what I used to travel with, and set them all up. And I have about 18 of those, I believe. And I set up all across my living room, hook up all the lights, hang all the artwork throughout, and try to make sure I have enough stock for everyone. So that's kind of what I've been working on the last few days. So I didn't get much done on this as I was hoping, but yeah, I've got a little work done. A little more background, some base colors in here with my watercolor, and getting some oak leaves. I love oak leaves. They're a real pain to draw because all the little points, and when you start overlapping them, you've got a lot of layers of a lot of little points sticking out on oak trees leaves. So anyway, I shall try to turn my camera around. I always say try because, I think after we've done this for a few more years, I will get the hang of it, except I'm sure they will change the process. By then, everything will change.
Well, Lee was telling me last week about how to make you bigger and me smaller. And he told me, and I, of course, messed it up. And he's in the chat going, "She forgot already." I'm like, "Yes, I did. I forgot. Sorry." We got it, though. We got it.
Working on getting it to the back camera.
Thank you, Caden, for putting up Randal's websites. That's so nice of you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for that. Okay, I don't know what I've got showing here. The problem I run into is everything is backwards when I look at my camera here. So to me, the mushrooms are on the right. When I look at the image here, the mushrooms are on the left.
Oh, okay.
So
okay, we can see it in the corner.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to turn the camera around a little bit more. It's on one of these flexible arms.
Okay.
So I'm always twisting and bending. And my last broadcast, I finally broke one of them, and fortunately, right before we had a live, and fortunately, I had a little tripod. I was able to make it work.
All right. If you scoot the image over a little bit to the right, your right, they can see the whole thing. Yeah, I just want them to be able to see the whole thing.
That better?
Perfect. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
No, when you
Okay.
moved it up, it was perfect.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I see. I see. See the other image, other problem I run into is on
There
my
you go.
screen. About the top third of my screen has all this information,
Yeah.
StreamYard.com and all these different things you can push on and mess up the whole image. And then the little white bar, it says camera and all this stuff. And that covers the top part of this. So I'm always trying to put this down here. And I feel like that's in the middle, but technically it should be way up there, shouldn't it?
Well,
See if I can move the camera a little closer.
we
Okay.
want you to be able to draw comfortably as well. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
perfect.
All right. So my goodness, we still have an hour and a half to go. Uh, I'm not
That is
used to this whole
okay.
thing.
We can watch. I can talk. You know what, Randall? I can talk paint off of a wall, and they
Okay.
love to watch you draw. So it's fine.
That's wonderful. I'm glad.
Does Randall actually use those old Prismacolor pencils?
I do. Prismacolor are my favorite pencils. I've got tons of them here. I've got a box of them right here is a box with a group. And then I have two bins, I call them tins, flat tins, which totally unorganized, but I have two of these full of colored pencils. So I have multiple pencils to choose from. And a lot of times when I'm turning around, I stop drawing and let me get these books out of the way here. I am reaching behind me, digging through those tins, trying to find the color I want. So, and okay, so here we go. I've been working a lot on this large mushroom here and darkening and darkening and darkening it to get it nice, deep, reddish orange color and adding little shadows underneath these white bumps that are on these mushrooms here. So I'm going to just keep working on these things to give it more dimension and more shape. And the small one down here also. Now the two bigger ones, I've got windows and doors in them. So they're little mushroom houses. And the smaller one here is going to not have a door in it because it's so small.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Look at this, hour and a half ago to go, and I've already forgot. I've run out of things to talk about already. We're in
No,
trouble.
you're good. You are good. I mean,
No.
again, we just enjoyed sitting
I'm
here.
just focusing on the drawing.
watching you do what you do.
Yes.
So for your Christmas open house, tell us about that. How many
Well,
people come? And I didn't know it was more than one night. I thought it was one night. So
no. I do it 2 weekends is what I do. The first 2 weekends, Saturday and Sunday. I'm trying to move this up, that away. Okay. Saturdays and Sundays, let's see. Saturdays are 10 till 5. Sunday's going to be 11 to 4. 2 weekends. I like to do 2 weekends. At one point, I used to do 3 weekends back before the pandemic because I'd have people come down from, and I still do. People come down from Des Moines and Omaha. I'm in Kansas City, and Topeka and Springfield, Missouri, and various places. So it gives people an opportunity to come down. If they can't make it one weekend, they can make it the next, and then you never know what the weather's going to be. So if you happen to have a snowstorm one weekend, we have the next weekend available.
Nice. Yeah, we're just starting to get a little bit cool. Yes, Caden, I'm still picking off diamonds, but I think I've picked them all off. I am actually I'm working on that Christmas Tree Angel by Lubka, and I found a slick spot on the camera. If y'all don't have dot stick, get some. I'm telling you, absolutely works. If you have a slick spot on your canvas, you just paint some on with a paintbrush and it just works. So that's what I'm doing. I couldn't put drills down really securely. I like a good seal on my diamonds on a diamond painting, and the package was a little bit slick. So I put down some, you can get this dot stick. It's our Diamond Dots art stick. Oh no, yeah. Okay. Y'all cross your fingers, cross your fingers. The power flickered a little bit. We're
Oh,
okay. And
okay.
if you heard that loud noise, that was,
I did hear that.
yeah. So
Yes.
we'll
Yes.
cross our fingers.
We've had rain off and on the last couple days, but temperatures up 50 or so, low 50s, which is not bad.
Yeah.
But they say Friday night the big storm is coming, and I hear that north of us into Iowa, they're going to get major snowfalls.
Uh,
10, 20 inches in areas and things like that. So I think we're going to get a little, but they're talking like just like 4 days of cold rain, freezing rain, and snow. It just kind of back and forth and mixed up for a few days here. So
gotcha.
that's not going to be much fun,
No.
but especially for the Thanksgiving weekend. But it is what it is. We've had pretty good weather up till now.
Well, again, I mean, gosh, how long has it been since we've had rain? We haven't had rain for a while. So,
Yes, I understand we've been very dry here also. So the rain is welcome.
yes, just not the craziness that goes with it.
Yes.
What? Yeah, the power flickered just a little bit, but not. My husband came in. He was like, "Is everything okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're good."
So if the power flickers there and you go off, I will go off with you, correct?
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
but
All
we're
right.
not going to. We're going to think positive.
Okay.
We're not going
Okay.
to.
Well, no,
Okay.
I just wondered if I should keep talking if you disappear, but if you disappear, I'm not there either. So okay. So here I am with a darker brown, getting a little, I just put layer and layer of colored pencil and details just to sharpen up these little gills on the bottom of the mushroom here. Gives them a little more dimension, a little more depth. And they actually should have little ribs on them. I have seen some that have little ribs. So I like to slightly indicate that with just little bitty strokes. A lot of these fine details are things that kind of get lost in a diamond painting because they just can't, get super detailed with the size of diamonds.
Yeah.
But all these pieces are also available as prints on my website too. You can order them as a print, a matted print, framed print. So starting to get some good depth. I think on the bottom of this mushroom here, in this area here, is getting nice and dark and defined. So
What I am doing right now is I am, I'm trying to print my spreadsheet because it's not showing up on my phone for some reason. It's really weird. I have it all filled out and everything. I'll have to do. Okay, there we go. Okay, I've got it. I got a split screen now. So, hi, Cindy. Susan says, I love watching my future diamond painting come to life. I know. That's the reason why when Brandi, of course, got the sneak peek, which I was so happy about because I was like, oh my gosh,
yes.
perfect. But when she shared it, I was like, that is so cool to, again, see it's a diamond painting. And it's like, gosh, I saw that start from a blank
Mm-hmm.
piece of artist paper. It was just, it's really surreal to go, oh my gosh, I get to work on a piece that we got to see you create, which is just amazing.
And the one I just finished, last week, my cup of tea, I'm going to send it to Diamond Art Club, and hopefully, I'm sure next year at some point,
Yeah.
they may turn it into a diamond painting. They
Yeah.
they just kind of pick and choose and do what they want to do with them. But I got a feeling that one may end up as a diamond painting someday.
Yeah. I love the tea one. There's Carissa. Hello, Carissa's Craft Corner. I know, Jess. I love that expression on the dragling's face as well. It's so sweet. Like it's just the dragling is in wonder, just looking.
Well, right here is going to be a little fairy right in that area there. So that's kind of what the dragling is looking at there.
Okay.
The
Okay.
little fairy. Yes, yes.
Oh my gosh. Do you ship? Faith is asking. Do you ship ship to Canada from your website?
Yes, I have shipped to Canada before. I do think what we have to do is I have to go to whichever method of shipping I've used before, because sometimes I do UPS, sometimes FedEx, and sometimes post office, and figure out which one is the least expensive. But I do think going to Canada is more expensive, just because it is another country. But yes, we do ship to Canada. Absolutely.
Jess is saying, could the fairy be giving the dragling fairy-sized cookies and milk? Fairies are very magical.
Probably could, but um, it's about the size of a fingernail. So
Yeah.
the cookies and milk would be so tiny. I'm not so sure they would be visible. I need to do a bigger piece with a bigger fairy,
Yes.
and then I could do something like that. Yes, cookies and milk sounds pretty good.
I have
Actually.
the one, gosh, I don't remember the title of it, but I got a lot. Well, I'm sure a lot of us sitting here got it. It was the one for the Diamond Art Club anniversary, and it's of the fairy. It's a bigger fairy over the dragling at night. And the fair. And
Oh,
the
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we all got that one too.
Cookie Fairy
Yes.
would be the title of that piece. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we all got that one at the anniversary. So yeah, we're getting some fairy representation in here. I love that.
I always like to add little fairies and things. I like one thing I try to do in my artwork is, especially my interior scenes, whether kitchen scenes or whatever, I like to make them fairly realistic, as if you're in someone's home, but then there's still magic happening. Maybe it's late at night, or maybe you're not watching, and you're watching TV, and behind you, the draglings and the fairies are coming out to find the cookies and things. That's the way I think about it. I like to live my life thinking that.
Yes. I always like how cozy everything is too. It just looks homey and like a place that you would like to go and just read a book and just relax, which is great.
That's what I try for. I really like. That's kind of what I want to do all the time, actually.
Yeah. Yes. That would be nice.
And I
Yes.
love other people's artwork that capture those feelings too. It just is wonderful to see.
Yeah. The one thing about that, well, I love our house, but the one thing that we don't have is a fireplace. And I love a home with a fireplace.
Oh, yes, yes. I've got two fireplaces. One upstairs and one directly below it downstairs.
Oh, nice.
And I have converted them. They were wood burning, I believe, when I moved in. I did put in a gas burner, just because of the work involved in burning it all the time and having wood all the time.
And the
then-
mess. Yeah.
Yes, and then downstairs, I have carpet, and it's a drop ceiling because it's my basically a basement, but it's a walkout basement and such. And the smoke smell just kind of gets into everything, and it lingers for months and stuff. And I'm kind of sensitive to smells, so I thought I'll just do the gas. Then I can just go turn the knob and it comes on.
It's so nice. Yeah, we converted a fireplace in my old house from regular wood burning, and I liked it, but it was just getting the wood and then
Yeah,
having to
yeah.
use the little shovel to shovel out all the soot. And if
Mm.
something bumped the soot went everywhere.
Oh,
It was,
yeah, yeah.
just one thing after when, you could just turn on the fireplace. It was very nice.
You know what it really reminds me of, speaking of being cozy and sitting down and reading a book, of my grandparents' house. They lived on a farm in
Yep.
northeastern Missouri, and they had a big fireplace. And my grandfather actually helped build the house, brick house, and built a fireplace that had vents that the heat would not only go up the chimney, but heat would come out, and and somehow just the heat, not smoke, would kind of come out these vents on the side into the room. And they really used it to help heat the room. And he smoked a pipe also. But, their house always had that smell of smoke and pipe smoke and stuff, which
Mhm.
reminds me of their house when I smell it.
That's so nice. Yeah. Smells can really bring memories back very
Yes.
vividly.
Yes. Yeah. That's the one thing that I think would be wonderful if you could actually add smells to
Uh-huh.
artwork and
Yeah.
you can kind of do it with books just by describing it.
Yeah.
you know uh but yeah, it'd be great if you're talking about in front of the fireplace and fresh baked cookies,
Yep.
the smell floating through the air and all of that. When you say it, you can kind of imagine it, but if you see it in a picture, you kind of maybe think it, but it's not quite the same.
Yeah. Well,
So anyway.
speaking of smells, it reminds me my staff just about killed me one year. This is not about the art smelling. This is about the art supplies smelling. There
Oh,
was a new product. They were colored pencils and regular pencils, and they were called Smensels.
oh,
And they were pencils that had smells.
oh my.
Grape, orange, watermelon. Well, I thought, oh, the kids will love these. We'll do a fundraiser. Randall, the kids lost their ever loving minds.
Really?
There were Smensels all over the place. The kids were trading them. The kids were, oh my gosh, we couldn't keep them. We had to keep ordering them. The teachers, though, were ready to kill me. They were ready. They were like, enough of the Smensels. We cannot with these smelly pencils anymore. The kids, they're coming out our ears. The kids are wasting class time trading them and smelling them and just being crazy. Well, the next year, I got an advertisement, truly, for Smens, smelly pens. So as a joke, I always met with my team leaders. So there was a leader for every grade level, and I met with them every week. And I went in and I said, I have a great idea. And they're looking at me and I said, I found Smens. Randall, they were wadding up pieces of paper, throwing them at me, going, absolutely not. I will quit.
Oh
I
my gosh.
resign. I'm not. It was so funny. But yeah, so
Hmm.
there are art supplies that smell, just not for kids because
I'm not so sure I would want art supplies that smell.
yeah, they smell
That'd be a
pretty
little
good, but
much, do
oh
they?
my
Okay, okay.
God.
I'm very sensitive to smells and stuff, so a little bit goes a long ways.
Yeah. Oh, well, our supply closet, I'm glad you weren't around, Randall, because our supply closet smelled like a fruit factory.
Oh, I bet. So you can see
Ooh,
I just keep jumping around different colors. That's the way I like to draw. I do one thing for a while and then move on to something else. So
I love that you do that because that's how my brain works too. Ooh, Grinchville has a good idea. Oh my gosh. I bet if Randall could do this, it would be absolutely spectacular. Grinchville says, I hope some artists will do a drawing of a carnival for DAC, like a row of old carnival games, maybe a
oh,
big top tent or the Ferris wheel in the background. Hint, hint. I love carnivals. That would be so pretty with the draglings, maybe on the Ferris wheel. Get all kinds of good ideas in here.
yes, yes. I remember, well, more state fairs and things when I was a kid. You know, we lived in a small town, and the county fairs and such, and that was just such a big deal to go to those. Yes.
Yeah, we have more carnivals in Texas. So like we have, small towns in Texas and they
Hmm.
have festivals. Like there's a little town called Luling, Texas, and they have a watermelon thump. And so the whole thing is
Oh,
watermelons and they have a watermelon thump queen and they bring in
ah,
carnival rides. It's not really a full-blown carnival, but
right, right.
and each of the little towns has some sort of festival and they celebrate something. So
Hmm.
that's normally in the summer, which is fun. But
Ah, yeah. I don't get out to very many festivals going on. I think I should go to more things, even in Kansas City. You know, a bigger city. There's a variety of things all the time, but going to my art festivals. That's what I did for 42 years, and about 35 of them a year.
mhm.
Um, I was kind of in the middle of a festival every weekend, you know, thousands and thousands of people going by and talking to them and everything. And it's kind of like, oh, it's kind of nice to get away from that for a change. You
Yeah,
know?
they were when they were saying, "Oh, bring Randall on." I'm thinking he's probably enjoying the peace and quiet.
Oh, no,
Trying-
no. But I
and the,
really enjoy this,
yeah,
because I'm just sitting here all by myself. I have to keep the door to this room. I'm downstairs, closed because my little Elizabeth, that one of her favorite things is to come over here, jump up on the windowsill next to the drawing table, then jump onto the drawing table and lay right here. Is where she would be laying.
I love it.
And when she does that, and I'll take the drawing and hold it in my lap and draw on it. Well, she
Oh,
sits there and squeaks if I don't pet her enough.
oh. Oh, and we have Sherry Baldy back. Hello. And I didn't say hello to Ditzy. Hi, Ditzy, if you're still in here. And hello, Courtney. Diamond's our girl's best friend. But Sherry Baldy, she was the artist I introduced you to last week. And she came back she said, I'm back for more color therapy. I'm like, yes, it is therapeutic to be able to watch this.
Yeah.
Look at how those windows are coming to
They're
life.
they're starting to see. I'm darkening around them is what I'm doing, but I do it very slowly. I've always kind of built up my colors and detail very slow, because I'm just not sure how dark I want it to be, what I want it to be. So I guess I'm just kind of timid with my drawing. I just kind of do a little bit here, a little bit there. And I'm always impressed with the artists that can take a brush and mix up a color and just put it on there. And it's like, it's perfect. And they did
Yeah.
it in one stroke. How did they do that? And it's just not the way I work. I wish I did.
I just love to see it coming to life. I know Kim got a new groove, says it's like magic, and it is. I mean, I'm sitting here watching this, and it's like, oh my gosh, it just with a few passes of a pencil, I'm like, oh my gosh, you've made this whole thing come to life. It's
Well,
fascinating.
it's starting to, yeah, and then darkening the background back in the dark forest greens and such will be back here, so they'll kind of pop out, and then in the mid ground here between the grasses and stuff and the background, I'm going
Mhm.
to have kind of light turquoises and stuff, almost like it's a little bit of a foggy evening or something, or a little bit of something back in there. And I will probably do some tree shapes, silhouettes of trees, I guess I should say. But I'll throw a little bit of light blue back in there just to kind of get a feel for where we're going with this.
Well, I mean, we've got fairies and draglings, so it's got to be magical, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So,
I
anyway.
want, yeah. I would love, I know that you've got the different children's books that you've got, and you've got the story of the draglings.
Uh huh.
I really would love to see maybe some books come out with some adventures of like the first book could
Yes,
be the story of the draglings, and then another book could be, the draglings go somewhere or do so, just the adventures of them. I just
I
think that would
agree.
be so
I
fun.
agree. And that is the plan. That is
Oh,
the plan.
good.
Yes,
Yay.
yes, yes. Yeah, that's Laura. I've worked with Lauren on the ABC book, and I was talking to her about that. recently about how, from the ABCs, I want to go to something that's a little more of a story instead of just a rhyming story, a little more of a storyline here, so they can have a little bit of an adventure and such here, and that is the plan.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
Oh, that'll be so exciting.
yes. But Lauren, she got busy. She went to France. She had to do things like that for a little while. And
Hard
yeah,
things
yeah,
like going to
yeah.
France. Oh,
I've never been there,
I haven't either.
but I think it would be a wonderful thing to do.
Yes, I need to get to Europe. I've traveled extensively, but never been to Europe. All over Southeast Asia, but just never Europe.
Oh, have you all over Southeast Asia? My, you have traveled.
Yeah, we lived in
Yes.
Bangkok, Thailand,
Oh
and
my goodness.
Hong Kong, China, Japan, the Philippines. Yeah, we've been all
So
over.
is what type of work, or would that be meant from being in the
Military.
military? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
my dad was Army. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I kind of wondered with it much traveling.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, interesting. Yeah, and that would have been my extent of traveling also, would be when I was in the Navy, and it wasn't that much traveling. I was in Guam for a year, got to go to Australia. I think we talked about that before. And that was about it, you
Did
know.
you get to tour and see? Because sometimes, you go to these places, but if you're working, it's kind of different. You don't get to really experience the culture and all that.
Not really. Now, Guam, I was there for a year. And it is the United States territory. I'm trying to find the right color here. That's why I'm jumping back and forth.
Oh, you're good.
But yet, Guamanians live there. It was quite a tourist spot for Japanese tourists go to Guam, and I think they still do. And of course, it was many, many years ago when I was there.
Yeah.
But beautiful tropical island, and when you're young and in the Navy, and you can stay up all night, you sit out on the beach all night and watch the sun come up and things like that.
Yeah.
Now by 9 o'clock, or about the time the sun set, I would be asleep.
Yes,
A little
absolutely.
different than it used to be, but
Well, I didn't realize when we went to Australia, it wasn't when my dad was in the military. I was older. I was teaching, and we wrote a grant, and we got to go, and we did this whole vlogging thing with the kids back home and all that. But I didn't realize how close Australia was to Thailand. And I'm like, why didn't my parents ever take me to Australia when we lived in Thailand? But we never did. And I was a terrible geography student. Like my sense of direction is terrible. And when we were there, we were in this market, and there were all these beautiful fresh fruits and vegetables and flowers in this market. And one of the vendors was like, "Oh yeah, we get all of our produce from Thailand." And I'm like, "Thailand?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's just right. It's like a hop, skip, and a jump from Australia." And I'm going, "How did I not know that? I don't know."
So what I'm doing now, I'm using indigo blue. I have been doing just shades of brown. Indigo blue, it's a contrasting color with browns, and I like to do it. You put that on there as an accent to get it really deep and dark and really get some shape and dimension going there. I don't like to use black to get back in those edges. I like to do something like a dark blue, and it kind of creates not quite black, but a very dark area back in there, you know.
Yeah, that's fascinating to watch. Because
So
even
this,
just from the beginning, I mean, that the middle mushroom looks 3D.
yeah, that's the one I'm kind of focusing on the most right now. I do a little bit here and there,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of once they start looking right, I'd like to keep going, keep working on it.
Yeah. Well, we've got some really great projects from people this go around. They're working on some really great ones.
Yes, I know. A couple weeks ago, Brandi had mentioned there were 79, I think it was, different images
Mhm.
being worked on from
Mhm.
DAC, which is just incredible.
Yep. All different ones, but
Yes, yes.
I just loved the one I finished. That's the reason I finished so fast. I couldn't stop working on it. I was just so motivated to work on it and get it finished. And I was so excited about it.
Now, do you have a particular way that you have hung things, or do you show them somehow? Display them?
Yes. Some I have hanging. A lot of my home is decorated in farmhouse, so a lot of my stuff, but a lot of it I have a portfolio. And what my eventual goal is, because I mean it's expensive to frame them, but I like to frame them. You know, you spend enough time on them. I like to frame them, hang them. What I'd like to do eventually is have like a perpetual gallery going in my craft room where one month it'll be my Spanglers, and one month it'll be my Dakotas, and one month it'll be, you know, Sherry Baldy or Richard Lorenz or what have you.
Yes.
But, you know, I have to logistically, A, get them framed, and B, where to store said framed paintings. That's always the kicker, is storage. Where do you store these? But
yes.
So.
I do understand that feeling. I've got my work area down here. When I moved in, it's a fairly good sized work area and kind of a hallway down the middle of it. And, you know, it used to be nothing in that hallway, a big wide open space to walk through. But slowly the walls have been filling and my walkway is getting narrower and narrower. But I have all these frames and then these pieces of artwork, and I just pile them up. And I have mentioned before how I like to go to estate sales. So I pick up a lot of really great frames at estate sales and then fit artwork into them. And so I just kind of stack them up until I get around to needing them.
Yeah,
Doing
you
a
do
bit of a
use them.
refill. I do.
I want to welcome everybody to hour 2 that are joining
already?
us.
Wow.
Yes. So welcome everyone that's joining us for hour 2. We've got some really good questions. Ginger, we did talk about the Black Friday release. We're super excited about the Spangler release and a lot of the releases that are coming to some beautiful, beautiful pieces. So yeah, my list is ever growing. Diamond Dumpling says her goal for 2026 is to start and finish Train of Dreams. We'll have to see how many Spangler events it takes me. That's a long one.
That's a big one, but it's a beautiful one. They did such an amazing job converting that to a diamond painting.
Yeah. And someone asked, on average, how long does it take you to do an image from start to finish?
Oh, you know, I get asked that so many times, and I just honestly never keep track because I jump from piece to piece to piece.
Okay.
And I mean, like I said before, I have things stacked up here. I have little things stacked up. I'll just kind of fling some things by. Little bitty piece with a dragon. Another little piece with a dragon. Not quite finished. Not quite finished.
Oh.
Not quite finished. And that's just some of the small ones. And I have some bigger ones over here too. So I just jump from piece to piece to piece. And eventually everything gets done. And oops, I just picked up the one I was working on, set it aside. And so I never really keep track. And obviously, the more detail, the more time it takes. You know, this is going to take some time. And it's because I just put lots and lots of layers on. I just keep going back and adding more color and adding more color. So,
well, that's what makes the magic happen. So
it does. Yeah,
Do
I wish I
you
had
have-
an answer.
And someone asked, how do you decide on a topic to draw?
Oh, that's a bit of a challenge sometimes. You know, there's certain things my draglings love to do. They love chocolate chip cookies and they love to read books. That's the main thing. So that is a subject matter of many of my pieces. But then, you know, real life comes into it. Now this is a clock face, and I know this is also a diamond painting, but this is Dragon in the Morning, where he is, or, you know, over his cup of coffee. And you know, the one I just finished is my cup of tea, and So I don't know. I just have lots of ideas, and then people suggest ideas, or people just say things. Sometimes a word or a line in a song, I'll just get an image in my mind to go, oh, I need to write down that idea because I think that would be a neat drawing.
Are
Um,
you like me? I keep a notebook beside my bed at night, and I sometimes dream stuff and I wake up and I write it down so I don't forget.
oh, that would have been a good idea a long time ago. I don't really have too many dreams. I rarely have dreams about about my artwork.
Interesting.
In fact, I don't know if I ever have. I think it all comes out this way. No,
Yeah.
I have more nightmares about things and stuff. Like, did I pay the bills this week? Or did those kind of
Gotcha.
everyday things. Yes, yes, yes. And it used to be when I traveled to art festivals, I would have nightmares about going to an art festival, driving, say, to Houston, Texas for an art festival and finding out I went on the wrong weekend.
Oh, or
Uh,
forgetting something you really needed.
yes. I did that one particular time. I went to Florida, Sarasota, Florida, and artists have these white tents, basically canopies. They're all 10 by 10, and there are manufacturers of them that most artists carry. But you have your poles, and you have your top, and you have your sides, and you have to put it up every time. So I drove down to Florida and to Sarasota. And I believe it was the Ringling Brothers. Uh, the Circus Museum, whatever, there in Sarasota. On their
Mhm.
grounds, they had an art festival. And so I was setting up there, and I realized I forgot the top to my canopy, and if it rains, well, what do you do? But fortunately, oh no, it wasn't the top, it was the poles that hold the top up. I think that's
Mhm.
what it was. This has been quite a few years ago. Fortunately, the company that manufactured those tops, the only company in the United States, was in, I think it was Fort Myers, Florida.
Oh,
So
wow.
this was the day before the show. So I called them up. I told them what happened. I drove down there. They loaned me poles
Oh my gosh.
to come back and use. And then when I was done with them, I shipped them back to them. It was
Love
just, yeah, yeah. But yes, I do forget important things. Absolutely.
it.
Yes.
All right. And then someone asked a question that I'm curious about. Marilyn asked, what was the drawing process like when you worked with the Lorenz birds?
Well, so that process, because his artwork is so unique and different than my colored pencil work. I did almost all the drawing around it, except for where his image will go, um, with my colored pencils, just the way I'm doing here. And then I left the area right in the middle. I actually drew in some items because if you look at it, I think I have some items sitting on top of the drawing that they're working on, some diamond painting accessories and such. I drew them in. And then within the last, say, 3 years or so, I have learned how to use Procreate
Mhm.
on my iPad, which, I know a lot of people do these things in Photoshop, but it's quite common. Um, I'm not a technology person. I don't even have a computer. I'm not sure I would know how to turn one on if someone put one in front of me. So to learn something and actually do artwork on a in a digital format was very scary, but fortunately Procreate was much easier than I thought it would be. And
Mhm.
I was actually, and I learned a lot by making mistakes, but I was actually to take his image and turn it at an angle and slide it in there and um, kind of soften the very edges of it to make it look just like the edges were done with colored pencil and everything, and make it fit together perfectly.
Wow.
It was my first time to ever attempt anything like that, and it worked out really well because I thought my first thought was, well, maybe I should try to redraw one of these paintings, but it would never worked. It would have been my style, my media,
Right.
everything, and it just would not have had the impact of one of his pieces. His are so unique and so amazing. That's the way I did it.
Oh, that's a great story. That's a great question too.
Yes, yes.
Let's see. Cindy said, I took an art class in college way back when my teacher told me that I could be an artist because artists are disorganized. And I was very disorganized. Do you find that to be true?
Yes. If you look at my workspace, it's kind of stuff everywhere. I have gotten better as I've gotten older about my house, like the main room where people come in the front door, of trying to keep it organized and done, and looking good all the time, because you never know when someone's going to show up at your door. And I will tell you, it has taken a lifetime to get to that point. Uh, to to keep it organized enough. So if the doorbell rings, I run to the door. It's not like I have to grab everything, throw it in a closet or behind a sofa. Uh, so part of my life is organized.
Yes. Someone says, oh, Randall has whips. Whips is work in progress. Absolutely. Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. Lots of them. And you see, I'm using my indigo blue also. I'm drawing the scales on the drag lanes.
Yes, I love that. Love it when the texture goes on the draglings.
Yes.
Does a ladybug live in that forest? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I hadn't even thought about a ladybug. Yeah, I've thought about that. I'm going to do little fairies here. I don't know. I hadn't thought about that. Huh. I have put ladybugs in a few pieces, but not often.
They're lucky. It says Ashley says I have dragon in the morning hanging in my kitchen by the coffee area. Absolutely. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Lauren says the Ringling Circus. We were talking about carnivals and circuses. The Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus is in Sarasota. That's cool.
Yes. They have a museum there. One beautiful grounds and a beautiful building, but it's been a long time since I've been there. And hello, Lauren.
Yes.
And Lauren is the author of the ABC book.
Love it.
Yes. And I want to say hello to Leslie and Emily. They ought to be in here watching by now.
Yay.
They weren't going to be able to get in until 7. So hello, Emily.
Love it. Crafterita says, I live between Sarasota and Fort Myers. Wish you could still come down for the art festival.
Oh, yes. I would come down there and go to art festivals in Florida every winter, and many artists did. And, I didn't care what it was. Some of them, as long as I made enough to cover my expenses, I was in Florida in January and February. It was so wonderful.
Y'all are going to have to wait in line because I want him to come back to Houston for the Bayou City Arts Festival.
Oh, yeah. I do miss that one. I do miss it. Yeah, I kind of doubt if I'm going to be selling my van that I traveled to art festivals in.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of serious that I'm not going to be going to them anymore. I felt like when I stopped a few years ago, 42 years of them with about 35 a year was enough.
Yeah.
I was on the road about 165 days a year, I think I estimated what it probably was. Wow. And that's a long time to be on the road. And it just felt good to be home.
Yeah. Yeah, since I've retired, I've become more of a homebody. I've appreciated home more. I always like to be out, and I still do. I'm a social butterfly. I like to be out and about, like to go do stuff, but home is very much appreciated. Red 8037 wants to know, do you use Procreate more or less now that you have used an iPad?
Well, I'm using it, actually what I've learned to do on it, and I'm not producing new artwork on it, but since I've done my artwork and my ideas for 42 years, I have a few hundred images. All, some are different subjects, some are better than others, some are, and my little draglings have evolved over 42 years. So what I have done is scan in some of my very old images with the draglings, with the little dragons, and then I go in on Procreate and I'm able to update or kind of redraw the dragling itself so he matches my current dragons, which kind
Nice.
of ties my whole library of artwork together with all the characters looking the same over the years.
Gotcha.
And so that is something I have been doing. Yes. Yes. And it's fun. I'm still learning and learning on Procreate. There's so much I don't know how to do. But I have learned a lot.
And those of you coming in late, I always say it, and Brandi always says it. You are never late. Everyone is welcome. Everybody has lives. We know you've got stuff to do. We are just happy you are here. So no one's
Yes.
ever late. Welcome, welcome.
Yes.
DAC needs to turn the draglings and Lorenz's birds into sparkle pals. That would be super cute. Diamond Art Club does, they're not canvases, they're cutouts of figures. And they're called sparkle, and you diamond paint. They're wooden figures, and they've got the sticky and the drill field on them. And like they had Star Wars sparkle pals. There was R2D2 and Chewbacca, and, so they had the cutouts so you could diamond, and they're little. They're not big, and you can do them probably half an hour, 45 minutes, and you've got a sparkle pal. They've done
I've never heard of
Disney and all that. So someone's saying, yeah, we need dragling sparkle pal. That would be cute.
That would be fun. That would be fun. Yes.
You take them to work and have the draglings on your desk to keep you company.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You could put them right in your kitchen next to your cookie jar.
Yeah. Oh, that would be adorable.
On the bookshelves, with the books, and they could be all over the house. That would be
I'm
fun.
getting over the top, but there's a little stand that you stand the sparkle pal up in for the draglings. The stand needs to be a chocolate chip cookie.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just, I'm spiraling. I'm out of there. I'm out of limits. It would be cute. Are we doing a spring version of this event too? Okay, so Anna, there are 3 Spangler events that I know of, 2 of which I'm involved with, 3 of which Brandi's involved with. And the next Spangler event is going to be in March, and it's called Draw with Spangler. And it's a much more, it's lower key, but Brandi will have Randal back on her channel, and there's more drawing, more conversation just like this. I'm not sure about all of the parameters around that event, but then so we've got Season of Spangler in November, Draw with Spangler in March, and then in July we have Draglings and Books, which is structured very much like this event. So
yes.
3 Spangler events per year, because we just cannot. I mean, I couldn't go a year without some draglings.
So what I'm doing now, as I had mentioned before, I begin all this kind of loose blobby area watercolor as my base color, and then I do my pencils on top. But then, like in this mushroom here, where I've got a lot of colored pencil on it, I'll go back in with my watercolors, and I just want to kind of darken that back edge a little more. It takes it back that a little more, and a little more around here, and darken the edges here. It's just these subtle little things I keep going over, and layers of colored pencil and layers of watercolor, and it just kind of finishes it off a little better.
I love it. Ooh, they're wanting to know, Randal, any plans for future collaborations with artists in the future?
Well, if there was, I probably wouldn't tell you, but
absolutely, we understand.
It needs to be a surprise.
Yes, it does.
It has been mentioned, shall I say, nothing in progress. It has been mentioned, is all.
Okay. Yes. So there you go. That's all we're going to say. No, I don't. I'm acting like I know something. I know nothing. So
and
don't ask me.
I know nothing either, actually, but it has been mentioned, yes, because it was so much fun, and it was so neat that we were able to have each of our characters doing diamond paintings of the other characters. That was just like the
Yes.
perfect theme to it. You can't
Well,
get much
and
better than that.
the big takeaway from that was everyone was beyond thrilled to see two artists collaborating. It's not competition, it's
Oh no,
collaboration and
no,
lifting each other's artwork up. I just thought that was really,
absolutely,
really amazing and so wonderful to
absolutely,
see.
yes, yes, yes.
Could watch him draw these guys all day. Draglings and books. Now you're speaking my language. Books are my other love. Yes, yes. Anything with books or a bookstore. Yes.
Hmm. So you see, with this little bit of watercolor, I'm just add a little bit more shading around the edges and stuff, and just kind of, you know, makes it a little better, a little more dimensional. And then, as I finish, I add more highlights and such. But I want to add a little bit of highlight on the bottom of some of these front gills here. Yeah, I guess you can see what I'm doing. If I ever go off the screen, just tell me.
No, you're good. You're
I,
good. Someone made the suggestion about putting maybe a ladybug on the dragon's horn. You're
oh,
getting all kinds of suggestions here.
uh-huh. So
So fun.
a little bit of light because I feel like, if the door's open and the light's coming out here, then a little bit of light will be reflecting up here on the underneath side of the mushroom there. So he has getting a nice feel to it there, I think.
I love that. Oh, someone wanted to share their appreciation for the golf painting.
Oh yes, hole in one. Yes.
Yes. Well, my husband is, I got it, and he was like, "Oh, that's for my study." Like he claimed it. That is for my study because he golfs. So,
Okay,
but
okay.
all right.
No, only thing I've done is I've played putt-putt, if you know what that is, miniature golf. Which it was kind of crazy because I have actually lived on a golf course for
Uh-oh, we lost him. Where did he go?
back to it.
Okay, we can hear you. I wonder where he went. He'll be back. He will be back. Oh, wait. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Okay.
Call me during this, but he didn't remember. I didn't tell him, that's why. And let me turn the camera back around. That's what happens. Any phone call, because I use my phone as my camera, if a spam call or anything comes in, it's like,
Oh, no.
there I go. I just disappear. It wasn't a thunderstorm. I looked at the screen and it was black and I thought, oh, lightning. And then I saw my brother was calling. So
No.
it wasn't the storm. It was just my brother calling. I'll call him afterwards. So, okay. Now, what is going on here? Why is that upside down? There we go. Gotta
Nope.
get it all positioned back again.
Okay, Lee, you're
All
right.
right.
Here we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. I got it. Just takes me a minute, Lee. Don't anybody pass out. I got it.
And at the beginning of all of these, I think is it Lee that provides all these special chocolate treats and things?
He does, yes. And
Yes,
he
yes.
themes it. He's themed the
am
Spangler.
really glad they're virtual retreats because
I
I
Me
would be
too.
sitting here eating them.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
So what
in
are
the
you starting
background
to
here, a
do?
few trees
Oh, trees. Okay.
back in there. Okay. Now, where was I?
Faith asked if you consider doing a military painting with the draglings.
Oh yeah, and I think she's the one that had sent me a message asking about that. actually hadn't thought about it. Something that just never quite occurred to me. I guess in their world, I never thought of that. You know, the Olandia. I never thought about that. But since I was in the Navy, why, you know, maybe
Yeah.
the Draglings on a little ship would be kind of fun.
Pulling up in a little dinghy with a lifesaver to scale up the side and grab some of the soldiers' cookies.
There you go. There you go.
That would be so cute. Oh, Faith said she sent it to you in a message.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. And I'm not, I don't ignore people if you don't hear back from me from a message. Um, for one thing, I don't have my phone set up to notify me when messages come in. And I should, except, it kind of gets in the way at times. And I'm terrible about just reading things and then moving on to the next thing, especially like emails. I'll read an email and I'll go, oh, I need to do something about that, and I'll read, and 20 emails later, I'll be going, okay, now I think there was something I was supposed to do, but
Yeah.
and I'm very much, you're talking about earlier about artists being disorganized. That's the disorganized part of my life. Doing the responding and contacting people back and such. I'm just terrible about that.
Well, there'll be times, and I've done this several times, and I guess it's, my age. I will think that I have texted someone back or responded, and they'll contact me and say, "Hey, Kara, I never heard from you." And I would say, "Yes, I think I responded," and they're like, "No, you didn't." And I'm thinking, "Oh my God!" Or I will have typed out a message and then get sidetracked and never have sent the message.
Oh, yes, I've done that. In fact, I did that earlier today to somebody, and I remember who it was now. Sent a message to someone.
Someone wants to know if you use the watercolor pencils, draw with them, and then use water to make a water.
No, I don't. I tried those.
Mhm.
And I just, I think if it's something, if I gave it time, I'd learn to work with them. But I don't, because what I ran into, you see, because I like to draw all the colored pencil stuff here and there. And you saw earlier where I was taking my watercolor and just doing light wash over areas. Well, if you do the watercolor pencil on there, then it picks up the pencil that's already on the paper and starts moving it around. And I like my colored pencils, these waxy Prismacolors, the image to stay there, and then I can add the watercolor on top of that. So
Gotcha.
they kind of, instead of them becoming one. So I did try them, yes, and I just decided, nah, I don't think that's my thing. I've seen people do amazing things with them, though.
Yeah. You've gotta just use the tools you're comfortable with.
Yes, yes. And I'm not big on experimenting. That's one reason I never got into, like I say, the Procreate was kind of a very scary thing, but took me years and years to even try that.
Oh, we have we have several sponsors in the chat, but Puttylicious just came in the chat. She says, "Hi, Randall and Kara. I'm
hello.
Sim from Puttylicious. Just wanted to pop in and say hello. I believe she's from New Zealand, so."
Oh, yes, yes. She was here last week too.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So nice to see all these wonderful people that come in and
yes.
are so
I
supportive.
believe the last couple of weeks we've had someone from Belgium. But
yes, that's Diane. That's Diane.
Okay.
Diane's diamond painting journey. Yeah, she's up very late. Lots of people in the chat are from Europe and all over the world, which is super amazing because they're staying up really late, all hours of the night.
It is amazing, and I'm surprised I'm not just putting them to sleep, doing a little
No, there's a difference between relaxing and de-stressing and being bored. Nobody's bored. It's just, oh, there's Diane. She says, I'm here. Yep. She's
okay. Well, I'm glad she's here.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I can't even imagine. It'd be fun to, like you said, it'd be fun to go to Europe and go to Belgium and go to England and go to France and see some of these countries would be just wonderful.
I still remember when we lived in Thailand and I was really little, the Brady Bunch of all things. But there were nothing was in English in Bangkok, Thailand. It was all Thai.
Oh,
And
yes.
Thai, the language written out is like looking at, it's the same formatting as Chinese or Japanese, it's up and down. And there were, but all of the TV shows were also in Thai. So my mother found one channel that would broadcast, American shows, but because of the time difference, Australia and Thailand, I think, are like 13 hours ahead. So if I was really good, she'd let me stay up really late to watch these shows in English. And it was just, the Brady Bunch is coming in English.
Uh-huh.
So the time change is kind of crazy.
It would be kind of fun to watch the Brady Bunch and watch them speaking
Thai. Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
It would be very bad with subtitles, I'm telling you.
Probably would be.
That was back in the day with the subtitles being terrible.
Yes.
Okay, so what are you doing now?
I'm just jumping around is what I'm doing. I'm kind of starting to give a little definition. I'm going to have little grasses down here at the bottom, starting to get a little more detail. I like to do some darker areas of close-up grasses and things, and there will probably be some taller ones, maybe even going over the mushroom here a little bit, just to show that they're in the foreground, which helps create depth in the whole piece. You kind of your different levels. This is the foreground, mid-ground for the mushrooms and the dragling, and then the background. A kind of medium ground here with some of the leaves right behind them, and then further back even further. It just kind of creates a lot of depth in the whole piece. But again, this is, I just like to jump around on the whole picture and do a little bit of here, a little bit there. And these are leaves coming in from the sides. And again, I draw them, paint them in very roughly, and then draw them in kind of roughly. But then I keep going over them and refining them and adding more detail. And then I go in and add highlights to them to kind of make them stand out. I'm moving this thing around because trying to get it to where it's in the image of the camera here. And I probably could go up this way a little more, couldn't I? Oh.
Gotcha.
I can't believe how long we have been doing this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it's just, again, I could just sit and watch you do this forever. It's just so fun. I don't think anyone minds if anyone talks or not. They just like watching you draw.
Well, like I say, I think it would be so much fun if I could actually hear, if everyone could actually talk and I could see what they're working on. And I think that would be really, really cool. But I mean, while they're working on it rather than just later, seeing it on Facebook. It's great to see them, but I like it when everyone's there just busy working on their pieces and talking. And
but Randall, we have 133 people in this live, which thank you guys so much for being here.
Oh my gosh, yes.
133 people. So imagine 133 people talking at the same time.
but you're a teacher, you know how to manage that.
All right, we're going to play the quiet game. We're going to play the quiet game for a long time.
I would think it'd be very much like just a big classroom.
Yeah, well, it's almost like my 8th grade cafeteria at lunch. Oh my gosh, what an adventure that was. Yeah, everyone's saying fascinating to watch.
I do remember, in art school, I attended, my art classes through high school. But when I came to Kansas City to go to the Kansas City Art Institute, and I remember the classes there, and it was very kind of laid back atmosphere, and this was in the 70s, so you kind of had leftovers from the hippies and the whole bit going on. It was kind of neat. But part of it would be like in a big warehouse they had was one classroom, and it was still lives were one thing we were working on for one project. So they drove an old car into the middle of the warehouse, and then they piled junk all around the car and stuff. So your goal was to do still life drawings from that, and not necessarily set back and try to draw every little thing in this huge pile. Would be to focus in on the pile and find little areas or little sections of corners of boxes and a headlight on a car or old shoes or things like that, and create a composition and a design from within that huge pile of stuff.
Oh, wow.
But everyone was, everyone was there working on their own things and talking and this and that. And it was just a really neat setting.
Must have been amazing to see what everyone came up with.
It was totally different approaches to it. Lots of people had a lot of different approaches. I think I still even have my old drawings from that somewhere in the house, maybe in the attic. So again, sometimes what I do is I have a pencil like this particular shade. This is a burnt ochre. I'm putting a little bit on there, and I'm looking at the dragon and going, oh, I could use him as that color is a little bit more shading here on his stomach area and down in here and a little bit down in there and underneath the hands. So like I say, I'm always just jumping from spot to spot. But as you can see, and if you've been watching last couple weeks, because I started with basically a blank piece of paper, I had generally sketched out mushrooms before, and the dragline and pencil. But it's really starting to take some shape now, and you're really starting to get the feel for kind of there on the forest floor, and the dragline is kind of back in the leaves.
And you've got a stone, I'm thinking it's a stone walkway.
Yes, that'll be a little stone pathway. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
That's what one of the things, believe it or not, that I absolutely loved about the one that I finished was that stone arch.
Oh, yes.
Who knew one could get so excited about stones, but the way they came out, I was just like, this is so cool.
And I did that piece specifically for the Dragline's bedtime storybook. You will find that piece in the book, like I say, with a lot of others. A lot of the images in that book were pieces that I had already done. So I kind of wove the storyline around them, the pieces, and talk about procrastinating. That was about a 20-year project to do that.
Oh
well, because I would write out an idea and I would do this and I would put them together and think, oh, this is just right, and then put it away for months, and then go back to it and go, okay, I want to change it and do this and that. And, and before you know it, 20 years has gone by.
Yeah.
Plus everything has changed. Technology has changed, printing has changed. The way you reproduce things, layout pages, all of it is just so different than it was, when I first started. And so much easier than it was.
Yeah.
And then I met some wonderful people that kind of, I said, I'm trying to finish this project. And I think I wouldn't mind if you pushed me a little bit and made me finish it. And Lauren and Scott kind of kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. And I got it done.
There you go. It's so
with
funny.
Their help.
It's good to have some accountability partners at times. Yes.
Absolutely. I am the biggest procrastinator.
Yes. All right. Well, we're getting our 20 and 15-minute warning. So I think it's time for some weekly drawings.
Okay.
We have got a Diamond Design Company gift card for $10, a Firefly $20 gift card, a Crafting and Crime Daily $25 gift card, Carissa's Craft Corner $15 gift card, a Puttylicious $15 gift card, a Craftspirations $15 gift card, and we're winding it up with a DAC $50 gift card. So just thank
Wow.
you so much to the generosity of our
That's
sponsors.
amazing. That's
I know.
amazing. And I will remind everyone again that if somebody's new, the grand prize at the end is going to be a small original, like I do every year, all
yes.
framed up in a very nice frame. And I'll send it to you wherever you are, even if you're in Belgium and or New Zealand. And this year I'm going to do a very small one. In fact, I'll show you how small it's going to be, because this is the little piece that I threw by earlier, a little tiny original. But I have some really cool frames for this. So it's going to turn out to be, it's hard to see, a nice sized little piece. And that's going to be a kind of a second grand prize.
And we, again, just appreciate that so much. The fact that somebody can have an original Randal Spangler because you are nice enough to do that is amazing.
Well, thank you. Okay, so how many numbers do I get to choose from tonight?
So we have 7 prizes, 7 weekly prizes. And this week, okay, let me get to week 3 because I input all of these today. You have from 1 to 174. So let's start in the middle. Let's start with the Carissa's Craft Corner $15 gift card. What number would you like to pick?
Okay, let me start in the middle. 174. What would that be? About let's say 87.
87. Kim Haynes. Kim Haynes has the Carissa's gift card.
Congratulations, Kim.
Craft Corner gift card for $15.
Yes.
Okay. Is Kim in the chat? I don't know, but anyway, Kim Haynes is the winner. Okay, next we're gonna I'm just gonna go from the center and spread out. So let's do a Puttylicious $15 gift card. She was just in the chat. She said she had to go, but I wonder if she's still here. But Puttylicious $15 gift card.
Okay, let me go down to 23.
23 is Tanis Collins.
Congratulations,
Tanis.
That's an unusual first name. It's kind of neat. Yes,
I like it. Tanis Collins. All right. Our next prize is Crafting and Crime Daily. Rebecca, who does all the tumblers and the mugs and the shirts, and she's got diamond paintings, all kinds of stuff. $25 gift card.
Okay. Let's do number 117.
117 is Amy Bishop. Congratulations, Amy.
Congratulations, Amy.
All right. We are now doing a Firefly $20 gift card.
Okay. Let's see. 117. Let's go up to 140. How about 144?
144 is Jackie Peterson. Congratulations, Jackie. You have won the $20 Firefly gift card.
Congratulations on that.
All right. Let's do now our Diamond Art Club $50 gift card.
Oh, $50 gift card. Okay. For some reason, I have the urge to go all the way down to number 1.
Number 1.
Yes,
who is number 1? Joy Moreland. Joy.
Congratulations, Joy.
Joy,
$50 gift card.
I will get this to Olivia tomorrow. So you'll get it for Black Friday because it's coming. And everyone that wins, it's a $50.
That would come in.
Randall, we are saving every red cent we have, every gift card. We're cashing it all in for Black Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, next we've got a Craftspirations $15 gift card.
Okay, craspirations. That's a good one. Let's go to 62.
62. Casey Cintron. Congratulations, Casey. You won the
Congratulations, Casey. Yes.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, the Diamond Design Company. I love this. I love this shop. They've got such fun stuff. The Diamond Design Company $10 gift card. I know the
Okay.
Diamond Design Company is doing Black Friday stuff too, and some new releases. So
Okay. Well, let's go all the way at the other end and do number 174.
174, Michelle Wells Woods. Congratulations, Michelle.
Yes. Congratulations.
All right. So we've got all of those. And we don't need any information from anybody. So you don't have to email me or anything because you filled out the Google form. If we need something, we will get with you. If you did not fill out the form, I always say I never penalize anyone for not filling out the form. It just may take a little bit longer to get your prizes because we have to track you down, but no worries on that. We will figure it out and we will get you your prize.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful.
All right.
So it looks like we still got some time here.
Yeah.
I'll keep on playing. So I'm jumping back to watercolor again. Get some of these base colors in here. And then I will put other leaves off in the distance, kind of indicated by the time I'm finished with all this. But I like to put in just some base background colors to work with. And one thing I do think about as I'm working on these is, I have reds and oranges here, contrasting colors, blues and greens. My blue-green background really makes the mushrooms pop out by doing a contrasting color in the background here.
Nice. So. Okay.
Okay.
Yay. Everybody's excited. Congratulating everybody. Oh, I do like that color blue paired with the terracotta color and the mushrooms.
Yes. And within these areas, there will be more kind of distant trees and things, and then more brighter highlights like I've started to do down in here, where you can kind of see trees off in the distance and a little bit of fogginess in between. But it'll be smoothed out and a little foggier and sharper, looking. And
Oh, and one thing I did not notice, did you work on this tonight and I was just blind, Randall? The shapes of the leaves in the upper left-hand corner. I love the shapes of those leaves. Look like
up
leaves.
here, the oak leaves.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I worked on those during this. No, I had done those before.
Okay, I'm just blind.
But that's the oak leaves up there. Yeah.
So pretty.
Yeah. And one of the things I used to do all the time on a piece like this, which I just haven't done in a while, I used to always have ferns coming in from the edge because I love ferns. Who knows? By the time I'm done with this, I may stick some ferns in here. I just always kind of been obsessed with ferns.
I love how you do that because it gives it a nice border, like a nice natural border. I love when artists do that because it just, if you don't have a border or matting or whatever, it frames itself.
Mm-hmm. And I like the feeling that, part of putting this around it. Oh, sorry, I keep hitting my phone here. It does kind of frame the image because this is the main thing right here. That's where everything's happening here. So this is kind of just a framework around it. But if you get these close leaves up front, it feels like you're there in the forest with them kind of peeking through the leaves, watching this happen. I like that feel.
Yes, I do too. And again, it gives it that cozy feeling.
It does. So this little mushroom, I didn't put any of the little white spots on. I'm going to put a few on there. I feel like it needs a few.
Okay.
And I will go in with some white paint and brighten them all up.
All right, we've got a couple of questions. I just stumbled on these lives. Anna, 2 weeks ago. Are there Facebook groups? Yes. Can one of my mods put in the link for the Draglings and Books Facebook group? That's the Facebook group for this particular event, Season of Spangler. There's a Randall Spangler, like a fan page. It's called Draglings and Books, and it's a Facebook group for all things Randall Spangler. If anything goes on with Randall or new products or events, that's the group to be in for this particular event. Thank you, Alyssa. Appreciate it. So go to that group. There's also just, again, always like to talk to new people because I was new once. I always say this, I didn't even know what the description box of a YouTube video was when I started watching YouTube. So people help me. There's also a diamond painting events group where you can get in there and find out about all kinds of different events happening. If one of my mods can put up the Facebook group for the events, that page is obviously different from the Draglings and Books page. This is just a page for if you want to find out about any event in diamond painting land. This group organizes it, and you can kind of see what's coming up and see if you have a painting or maybe you want to purchase a painting to participate in an event. It's kind of a clearinghouse for all of the events. So she does take good care of us, Kim. Alyssa does, absolutely. There you go. Alyssa's popped it up. That's the Facebook group for the event. So hopefully that's helpful. Someone asked Randall, God, we're putting you on the spot tonight, aren't we? Do you have any particular plans for a larger scale project like the Winter Castle or Train of Dreams that are just big projects? Anything like that in the works? Someone wanted to know.
No, not at the moment. Not in the works. No. I have a castle-ish piece that I had drawn out many years ago, and I always think I would love to pull it back out and work on it and finish it, and I may do that. And I actually have another, I don't know if you're familiar with some of my big library pieces. If you go to my website,
oh, familiar? You're asking if I am familiar? I am begging for those libraries. I love them so much.
I have another large library piece I drew out about around 2020, I think it was, and I drew out this piece, but I just have never gone on with it. Sometimes I look at it and the size of it and the scale of it, and I just think, okay, that's going to take months and months and months and months and months to work on. And and part of my issue is, especially a big piece like that, I'll draw it out, on a piece of paper and, a smaller piece of paper and get all the details and everything. But then I have to transfer that to this brown museum board in a larger size. I have to kind of upsize it and get it onto there. And that's a bit of a project.
Do they make paper in that size? Oh my gosh.
Well, I just go to, whatever size the paper is, I get it to the size I need. But just to take my original drawing and then upscale it to a larger size and get it all drawn and then redraw all the fine details and then go over it again. Sometimes it's a little intimidating. I just kind of think, well, I'll get to it, my procrastination.
Well, and I watch you with pieces like this one and the detail and the work that you put into every little nuance in the painting. I can't imagine looking at a painting on the scale of one of those libraries and, yes,
wow. I do have a tendency to want to go in on those far back shelves and draw in every little book and little shading on every little shelf and a little dot or design on each book to make them look a little different and such. So yes, it's a lot, but that's what makes it work,
Yeah, that's definitely what makes it work. Oh my gosh,
it is. So I'm gonna, again, I keep jumping around with ideas, and I'm just looking at this, going, what would be fun? One of the very last things I do is on a piece is I go in with some white acrylic because I do work on this brown paper. So adding my highlights is the most fun part, you know, the little white spots on the mushrooms and the eyes of the dragling. And I do that with my white colored pencils and such, and they only get so bright. So at the very end, I go in with just a little tip of, you can barely see it, white acrylic on the end. And then I just kind of touch some of the highlights on the eyes and add just a little bit there, and just a touch of reflection down there, and a little bit there and there. It just makes the eye sparkle. I guess it's kind of like adding the sparklers to a diamond painting. It just kind of makes it sparkle a little bit more. And then I will probably do the same thing on the top edges of these white little chunks on the tops of the mushrooms. They are white, but I want to do it on the top edge. Therefore, it's whiter than the white I have on there. So it will kind of give it each little dot, a little more shape because it's a little bit darker white underneath and it gives a little bit of shadow. So anyway, I like to do this, just kind of show you how it goes. And then you get down here to the windows and I'll do a little bit of white. And again, if I get a little too white, I just go in with my colored pencil and add a little more yellow to it. But you can see how that all of a sudden, the windows and the doorways and the inside of the little mushrooms are starting to come alive. And to me, that's just the fun. See how this mushroom area here is really starting to pop more now.
Gives it depth.
It really does. It really does.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I need to darken the dark areas, lighten the light areas to get more contrast and more depth in these pieces.
That's amazing.
Sometimes I really struggle with making my darks dark enough, but I get it to where I get it to where it works anyway. So anyway, there's a little bit of white, but I will add more, when I get down to the very finish of this also.
All right. So you're going to work, or are we going to work on the fairy this week, or maybe wait till next week to start on the fairy?
I do need to work on the fairy. Absolutely. I will probably be working on it a bit. And it's going to take that fine brush I was just using with some watercolor and some very fine, sharp point colored pencils because the fairy is going to be tiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys have to tune in. You have to tune into Brandi's live next week. We will be back to regular schedule next week. So I will be going live with Season of Spangler at 6. Brandi and I are back to back. So Brandi will be at 7. Both of those times are Central times. We will have winners we picked week 3. We'll have winners for week 4 next week. So make sure that, when I put up the post for week 4, I will get that up. I will make every attempt to get that up tonight. You can start posting, and you have until this coming Sunday night at 10 Central. Oh my gosh. Look at how, it just looks like there's actual lights behind it in those windows. That's amazing. Oh, I love it.
That's the fun part for me, to get it to that point where you can just do those little touches and all of a sudden it just comes alive. I just love that. So
we just appreciate so much you sharing your talent with us. That's just amazing.
Thank you. I'm just having fun.
Well, we're glad. We're very, very glad, and we're very lucky that you allow us to come on this journey with you and let us see you make this magic happen, because it's magical to me.
And I can't believe we did 2 hours.
I know. It's 8 o'clock.
Amazing. Yeah.
All right. I think I can do this. Who knows? Look at me. Yay. I'm getting better at it. All right, guys. Well, we are going to go. I want to thank Mr. Spangler for spending 2 hours with us tonight. And Randall, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you
thank you. Yes, it is Thanksgiving week. I almost forgot. Everyone have a great holiday.
Yes. And, everyone just kind of de-stress. We're all going to get what we want on Black Friday. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Just breathe through it. We're going to be fine. And don't forget, that. What is the title of the patisserie piece that's up for Black Friday?
Delicious Delights.
Delicious Delights.
Yes,
Go
yes.
grab it.
Cupcakes.
Go
Yes.
grab it. Go grab it. I'm so
Absolutely.
excited to get that one. And thanks everyone for being here. And we will see you again next week. Again, thank you so much,
Yes.
Randall, for being here.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Yes.